The folks in London woke up this morning to news of 9 new arrests in the investigation into last Thursday's attacks. Why is England's investigation so critical to our security here in America? Former 9/11 Commission member Tim Romer is joining us from our Washington, D.C. bureau. Well, what can they discover there that could help us craft a better way to protect ourselves here?
Well, good morning, Edie. First of all, what is instructive and encouraging about London is we're seeing that Al-Qaeda is changing. They're changing, going to soft targets. We need to make sure in the United States, as the 9/11 Commission said, that we don't keep spending money on the last attack. We look with imagination to what they may do next. Is it going to be soft targets like trains? Is it going to be somebody in the trunk of a car like we saw the snipers in this area terrorize this area for a long time? Let's look at what might be coming next. That's very important. Secondly, we said, let's make sure we secure our borders. Let's make sure that Al-Qaeda doesn't continue to exploit travel as a means to get into countries and kill people. And immigration reform, more border patrol, a bipartisan bill on immigration reform comprehensively would be helpful. And I think, thirdly, Edie, one of the areas we have to do is we have to have a strategic plan. We can't have pork barrel spending by Congress determine how we put our resources forward. We have to make sure if we see the nuclear threat and weapons of mass destruction as a threat based on intelligence, nuclear power plants, ports, chemical facilities, let's make sure we have metrics and standards to measure that assessment, to base it on risk, and to put limited resources into those areas so we better protect this country.
Well, you know, I mean, you've been an elected official. You understand how politics works. And so you bring up things that our viewers, especially the border security, are just irate about. Everybody keeps on saying, we need to close down the borders, make it more secure, not stop immigration, but know who's coming in here. But no one ever comes up with a way to do it. How can Americans push their representatives to start coming up with solutions?
This is their job, Edie.
And they aren't doing it.
It's not the 9/11. They're not doing it. The President of the United States has articulated at least a plan to tackle this problem, and there are people on the far right that don't want to go along with the President's proposal. Senator McCain and Senator Kennedy have proposed a bipartisan solution. The House of Representatives needs to be bipartisan. This is not going to be a partisan Republican or Democratic plan. This is going to be an American plan that goes along our values of bringing people in for reasons of political persecution, to escape that, giving them opportunity, fairness, and hope, but also to help our economy. But it has to be framed around our national security.
And it's got to get done.
Right now, they're not doing it.
No,
they're not doing it.
They're
Edie,
leaving
you're
for
absolutely
a month-long vacation, and there are going to be more OTMs other than Mexicans coming streaming across the border while they're on vacation. Also, you say, very briefly, that the TSA needs to spend more money, not just on aviation security, but buses, subways.
It's important, Edie, that we make sure we don't just go the last fight and the last attack, but use our imaginations. We said in 9/11 it was a failure of imagination in many ways, but we can't just go and chase the last attack on the subway system or the soft targets either.
Right.
It is very, very important for us to put a strategic plan forward and put our resources into and put our bipartisan support into proposals that are going to help protect this country. Edie, on your border patrol issue, there was just an article in the Wall Street Journal the other day that said more and more people are coming across our southern border from Arab and Muslim nations.
We've got to
do something about that.
Tim Romer, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Edie. Good to see you.
More Fox and Friends after this.